Hi, my name's Laura and you're watching the Carpe Diem Stitcher. Welcome back to my channel if you're a regular subscriber or viewer, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you enjoy what you see and consider subscribing if you think you're going to enjoy my content. So at the end of my last video where I did the review of the Life So Savoury dungarees, I said that my next video I was going to talk about a wedding that I've got coming up at the end of July and some possible outfits that I might make to go as a guest for that wedding. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll fill you in a little bit more on what I've been up to just towards the end of the video and tell you a bit more about a couple of thoughts for future videos. But let's get started with the wedding plans. So I did mention that I wanted to make something for this wedding at the start of the year, I think when I did my sewing goals. And at the time I said I might want to do something like maybe a jumpsuit, and had some very helpful comments about making culottes and things because they're more comfortable to get on and off when you're going to the loo and all that. But then the dress code came through on the wedding invite, and the dress code is English country wedding, and it suggests midi or maxi dresses. So that's what we're going for. So I have at the moment got two alternatives. So the first one is a pattern and fabric combination that I actually already had because I was planning on making a dress for a wedding that in the end happened in October 2021, but was originally scheduled to be in May 2020. So what I'm going to show you now is what I was going to make if the wedding had happened in May 2020, but of course COVID hit, wedding got postponed, so it's not what I ended up wearing in the end. But let me show you what I was going to do, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but it was a long time ago. So this is the book, So Many Dresses, So Little Time, which I think I mentioned to you. I did a review of the books I've got, sewing books I've got, and I'll pop a link to that down below if you are new and you've not seen it before. And it's by Tanya Whelan. And the way this book works is it's got a whole set of bodices in it, and then you can add in one of a range of a variety of skirts, and then you can either create the dresses with sleeves or without sleeves. And so the one that had caught my eye was this one. Really good, I've marked the pages, she says. So if I show you this, I'll move up a bit so you can see. This is the cowl neck bodice. So there is a basic bodice block that they give you, and then they show you how to amend that to create the cowl neck. And this is shown here, and I really like this, with just a fairly simple 6-panel skirt. So I like that. I like the simplicity of it. I think it's really elegant. And if I turn to the skirt, you see there's the instructions for the skirt, so you can mix and match how you like. So you could have that with a pleated skirt or a straight skirt or whatever, but I really liked it as it was shown. So that's what I was thinking of doing. However, if I flip back, this book squeaks because it's got what they're called, you know, it's like a bit like a ring binder really. I don't do sleeveless. I just don't feel happy wearing sleeveless. So I was going to add sleeves to this, and I had been thinking that what I might do is add something like, I've got it marked, 3/4 length sleeves. There you go. So there's the 3/4 length sleeves. So it's just a bit less formal than full length sleeves, but just kind of gives me that confidence. I quite like sort of bracelet length sleeves, shall we say. So that's what I'm thinking I might do if I go ahead and make it. And in the comments when it talks about the 6-panelled skirt, it suggests that you have a drapey fabric. It actually describes it as a languid fabric, which I really like. I just love the idea of a languid fabric, so that you get the proper flow of the skirt. And so the fabric that I chose at the time, which I still think is beautiful, is this. And this is called Raspberry Pavlova. I don't think you can still get it, but it came from Fabworks online, and I bought it in March 2020. And those of you who've been watching me a while know that I really like jewel tones, and I think that still works. And it is a sateen slash charmeuse, which I'm probably murdering the pronunciation of. And it's something like 65% cotton and 35%, what is it? Let me check on my phone. I just looked it up and I still can't remember. Yeah, 65% cotton and 35% silk. And I got 5 meters of that, which is plenty to make that dress. So that's option 1. I still like it. However, I then thought, well, okay, well, I've got a bit of time. What alternatives are there out there? So, having looked at that option, and I will still make the dress. Even if I don't wear it to the wedding, I will still make that dress because I really like the fabric and I do like the dress. And I think it would be fine. I think it'd be fine for evenings out for dinner or cruises, you know, wearing for dinner on a cruise, something like that. Just special occasions. So I think it's absolutely fine as a smart occasion dress, and it's still something I'd like to wear. So it will get made. However, back to the wedding. So there was me looking at tea dresses, and I looked at things like the Shelby dress and romper. I'll put the name of the designer across the screen because I can't remember. And I was looking at the, what's it called? Hughes dress by the Friday Pattern Company, which I also really like, and I think we'll probably make at some point. But that's kind of a bit like a shirt. It is a shirt dress down the front, and I didn't really want a shirt dress for the wedding, so I rejected that. And then Simplicity had their half-price sale, and the Fold line promoted this in one of their promotional emails. They just had it along the bottom as an example of some of the patterns that were reduced, and I looked at it and I kind of fell for it, really. I just really like particularly this one, View B, so it's that one. But I think how she's got it with the boots and stuff, I just think it's fantastic. So it maybe doesn't show up that well on the picture, but it's not that the dress has got a slit in it, it's a wrap dress, so she's standing with her leg through the opening, if you like. But you'll see it's got long sleeves, which I like, a bit sort of shirt dressy, really. And it's got 2 ruffles. And I always thought I didn't like ruffles, and I think I don't if they're up here. I can't be doing with it. So, you know, for example, the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie blouse, I really like some of the versions that some people have made with the pin tucks, and I could see myself in that, but I couldn't see myself in the ones with the ruffles around the shoulder. I think it's too close to my face and I find it too busy. But down at the bottom of the dress and with this handkerchief hem, I think it looks really beautiful. And so I thought, well, why not give this one a go? Because I think it's really pretty. It fits the brief. It's kind of midi slash maxi, and in the right fabric, it could look really pretty for a wedding, really English country wedding. However, I'm not going to risk it in terms of not toiling it, in part because at the moment I fall right between the sizes for a big 4 pattern. So technically my hips and probably my waist. Where's my waist on this? Yeah, my waist as well. Fall outside the size range for this. This is sizes 6 to 14. And the size 14 is a 36-inch bust, 28-inch waist, which mine certainly isn't, and hip is 38. and I'm probably more like a 41, maybe a 42. However, it's a wrap dress and it's cut quite loosely, so I thought I'm not going to get the size 16 upwards because I don't think I'm going to need it, because finished garment measurements, it doesn't give the waist length, but on the bust, for example, the size 14, so 36-inch bust, as I said, the finished garment measurement is 43 inches. So I'm going to measure the pattern pieces and see what I think, but I think it'll be fine. And of course, with it being a wrap, you can adjust it. So I want to make view B ultimately. However, as I said, I want to try and make a wearable toile of it. And so Rainbow Fabrics were having a sale on a drop a few weeks ago, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And so I got this, which is this kind of ditzy black and white heart print. So I do like dual tones, but I also do like black and white. And I thought that this would make a really, if you pardon the pun, wearable toile, because it's a bit more kind of practical and everyday looking. So I got 4 meters of this. Now, I wasn't actually looking at the pattern at the point I ordered the fabric, so I got 4 meters, and actually to make the size 14, I should have more like the view B 6.2 meters. No, sorry, 4.8 meters if it's 150 wide. So I don't technically have quite enough, but we all know also that you quite often have a lot of fabric left over. So if I can get view B out of it, I will. But if I can't, then I shall go for view A, which is exactly the same except for the sleeves. And sleeves wise, I'm not worried about view B. I think they'd look fine on me. So what I'm really concerned about is to try the hemline, the length, and the frills. That doesn't have the frills on, but they won't take it that much space. Yeah, they don't actually. What I am going to do is I'm going to face the frills, because this is white on the inside. And my other concern, and it's another reason I wanted to trial it with a fabric which is white on the inside, is whether, and I don't know if I'm being too sensitive because I sew, whether I'm going to be put off or find that these petticoat hem bits hanging down are going to show up massively in the wrong side of the fabric, and if that's going to bother me. So that's why I want to do the toile. So I've got this for the toile, and as I say, I've got 4 meters of it. So if I can, I will do view B. If I can't, I'll do view A and maybe try and at least put the bottom frill on it, because that's kind of the one that I'm most concerned about. If I like the dress overall, but I'm not sure about the petticoat hem, then what I might do is do view C. C? Yes, C, which you can hopefully notice on the pattern is shorter. So I would lengthen it and put the frills on, but do it all one length. So that's another option if I'm unsure about the hanky hem. I'm hoping I'm not going to look kind of like I'm wearing an outfit that's too young for me. Not that, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, I always tag my posts so over ages, and I don't hold with these notions of people dressing their age, but you know what I mean. If I just don't feel comfortable in it, then I'm not going to feel like going to a wedding in it. So that's also, I want to see if it suits me, basically. So that's the toile fabric. And then, completely inspired by Tamlyn, sewn on the Tyne, I'll link her channel below. She went to the gathering, and she and her fellow Northern Soul sisters, Ruan and Rachel, so Ruan the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Rachel Stitched Up, all made dresses from Minerva exclusive viscose for the gathering. And I really loved the fabric that Tamlyn picked for her dress, and I really loved her pattern actually, but it isn't something that would suit me, I don't think. And I wasn't sure about what to do, because I thought it was probably white on the inside. And I actually messaged Tamlyn, and Tamlyn was just fabulous and came back and sent me a picture of the inside. And yes, it is kind of whitish, but I actually quite like that you can see the pattern through it. So I don't feel as uncomfortable about it as if it was completely plain, if that makes sense. I think it might look fine. And she and I were talking about me facing the frills because I sent her a picture of the pattern. So Tamlyn, if you're watching, big thank you, because I just found your comments so helpful, and thank you so much for the picture of the fabric because I knew what I was buying before I got it, so that was lovely. So I went for it and I got 6 meters of it just to make absolutely sure that I've got enough to face the gathers so that at least they are covered up. And I don't know if there will be a way of lining the frills. I'm a bit worried it might look a bit weird if I do that, the handkerchief hem. But yes, this is called, I think it's called Rose Reverie, and it's one of the Minerva exclusive fabrics, and I just think it's beautiful. And I love this colour, and I think I like, as I say, jewel tones again. And I think it's really smart. I think it's quite romantic for a wedding, these roses. But I also like, a bit like Tamlyn said, it's kind of got that slightly grungy feel. It's just a bit unusual. And so that's the fabric that I've chosen. But because I'm doing the toile, if I feel super uncomfortable about the handkerchief hem, I think I'll have a pretty good idea, and I'll be able to either pick another pattern or just lengthen it and do it as a straight hem. So that's the plan at the moment. So I need to buy ribbons and things and elastic to sort the waist out. And then I need to make the toile. So I'll keep you posted, see how I get on. Also, big shout out to Minerva, and this is where I'm going to start moving off the dresses and start talking about what else I've been up to. I have been on my holidays, so the last video you saw of the dungarees, I was actually on holiday. I was on a cruise ship, so that's why I'm filming with this kind of weird picture of these women kneeling down in flippers behind me, because I was sitting on a cruise ship filming in the cabin, sorry, stateroom. And I wasn't at home, and I literally finished sewing in the ends on the dungarees that I reviewed while I was on the ship, so I couldn't film before, and that's where I was. But Minerva had one of their craft club 20% weekends off on, I think it was the weekend before I left on the Wednesday, and I thought I can't miss the opportunity to grab 6 meters of this fabric for 20% off, because that would have been really silly. And I bought a few other bits and bobs as well. So I put the order in, and then I rang Minerva on the Tuesday, because it was the bank holiday, first bank holiday, and I rang them on the Tuesday and I just said, I'm going on holiday and I'm going to be away for 10 days and I'm a bit worried about 6 meters of Rose Reverie flying around the neighbourhood in the rain if it arrives while I'm away. Please can you postpone dispatch? And they were fantastic. They sorted it out, and I had an email yesterday while I was still away saying it's been dispatched on 48-hour dispatch. And as we drove home from the port, doesn't take us very long to get back to South Wales, and we came back complete with the cats, and just as my husband was unloading the car, the postman turned up with my parcel. So big thank you to Minerva for doing that, because that was great, and I'm really happy because it meant I could show you the fabric in this video instead of having to wait for the next one. So that was great. So yeah, really happy. So that's where I was when I filmed the video, and I was having great fun trying to upload it, which is why it came out on the Tuesday, because I was really struggling to upload it because we didn't take the internet package on the ship because it was super expensive, and also actually I don't think it would have had the speed to do an upload. So because I'm so devoted to YouTube, we spent time wandering. We ended up in one port in a kind of Santander work internet cafe, drinking cups of tea while we tried to upload it, and it was not playing ball. And then the next day we ended up in a little fishing village near Bilbao, and some people had gone to Bilbao, but we'd been before, so we stayed in the village, and we found a wine bar, and I sat there and I uploaded the video, and it was really quick. It was brilliant. So yes, so a couple of glasses of wine later, and you had your video, and I was happy. So the things I do for YouTube. So hope you like the pattern review, and I hope you're excited for my plans for the wedding, and please let me know what you think. Please let me know of other patterns you think I might make if for some reason I'm not happy with the simplicity, and yeah, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. So upcoming, I thought I'm going to try to sew tomorrow. Today's Saturday, literally got home this morning. So I thought I'd film this quickly and try and get it up for you today, so you have a video at a more normal time of the week for me. And so I am going to hold over the rest of my Minerva parcel and some other patterns that I've bought in the Simplicity sale, and some fabric that I actually bought on holiday. I'm going to do a Friday sews next week, so I'll show you all those then, and I'll also let you know kind of what else I've been up to in the way of sewing since I last spoke to you, and also what I get up to this week, because I'm hoping to sew tomorrow, and I'm actually enrolled on the online sewing weekender, so I'm hoping to watch some of that, and I will catch you up with everything that I'm doing then. The other thing that I thought I would do a video on, I haven't been participating directly in Me Made May because it's been a bit weird being away, but I did wear quite a lot of my Me Mades, actually including this. I travelled back in this, and I wore it last night because you have to put all your suitcases outside the door early, so you basically wear the night before what you get off in quite a lot. And this is my Uvita top, which I made for So Frugal 22. And I also had some ready to wear things from before I started sewing. And I think I learnt quite a lot about what I like and what I don't like in the way of a summer wardrobe. So I thought what I would do is spend a couple of weeks thinking about what that holiday has taught me and what I reached for in terms of both the Me Mades that I took with me and the ready to wear that I took with me, and what I think the gaps in my wardrobe are, which aren't necessarily what you might think they would be. And then I can do a video talking to you about that and how I might plug those gaps going forward. Okay, so that's all from me for now. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the wedding dress choices. I'll also link to the books video that I mentioned, and I'll also link to one of the videos where I talk about my disastrous attempt to make an outfit for the wedding that should have been in the May in 2020 and actually ended up in October 2021. I had ended up with what I would call the bin liner of doom, so I'll pop in a video talking about that as well. And I will see you all next time. If you like what you see, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and please do comment. Thank you to everybody who's commented on my last couple of videos. Now I'm back, I will make time to reply to you all. So thanks ever so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.